Welcome back. I'm still with Senior Fellow at the New Culture Forum, Philip Kiszely. Just quickly, great news for the people of Crowborough from the Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood. She's tweeted, the opening of Crowborough military barracks to house more than 500 asylum seekers is just the start. Oh, Shabs, you know, that'll go down a storm in Crowborough and around the country. Fantastic. God almighty, do these people have even the faintest clue? Better move on, though, because I'm going to come back to that story, Philip. I want to talk to you about Ed Miliband's latest act of insanity. He, the Nut Zero Nutter, this is, as I said, he's not where he should be. He's not straight-jacketed in a padded cell, but his new initiative, yesterday he launched his, wait for it, £15 billion green energy plan to fit solar panels, heat pumps, insulation and double glazing to 5 million homes for people on low incomes. That is households with a total income of less than £35,000, all at taxpayers' expense. Construction companies will also be blocked from installing boilers and gas fires in new homes under building regulations to be announced very soon. This is his Warm Homes plan, to be overseen by the Warm Homes Agency, a brand new government quango, and instantly just about the biggest government quango there is. What can we do about Ed Miliband? As I say, is there any chance we could get him into a straight jacket and put him into the padded cell where he deserves to be?
Well, I mean, I thought we'd seen the last of him when he completely failed as the leader of the Labour Party, but he's back, you know. These pumps do not work. We know that.
Yeah, Cold Homes. You should call it the Cold Homes Agency, Cold Homes Plan, because, as you say, these heat pumps, they cost, you know, 30, 40,000, 50,000 pounds to install. By the way, they're not a cure-all because you can't put them in terraced houses, and of course they don't work in tower blocks and skyscrapers. So, by definition, they can only be fitted to a small subsection of our housing, so you know, it's not a particular cure anyway. But as you say, heat pumps, they should be called cold pumps. I've never met anyone who's got one who didn't say it's just turned our house freezing.
No, they are a nightmare, and of course that's why he wants them, because he is ridiculous. You know, like I say, I thought we'd seen the back of him. But the whole, again, this is their stupidity, right? The budget, which is massive here, isn't it, actually isn't enough to cover it all. So they're starting with not enough money, but it's an eye-watering amount of money that is much, much more than the revenue from the TV license, for example. So they are beginning to fail. They are backing equipment that simply doesn't work. And I just look at this and I think, well, actually, also you're targeting poor people here, poor people who are not going to be able to
14 million homes will fall into this low income category, and it looks to me as if they will have these heat pumps imposed upon them. So let me tell you, those 14 million homes are going to get cold.
They are going to get cold, and these, you know, by definition, if these people are poor, they're going to be vulnerable as well, you know. So I think we're going to be, you know, maybe this time next year, we'll be talking about the fallout from this and people dying of cold in freezing homes and damp homes, all because of do-gooder Ed trying to impose his crazy green nonsense on people who want nothing to do with it. And that is the story of our times, isn't it?
This is incoherent, dysfunctional nonsense that cannot work, and we cannot afford £15 billion on this. The madness of Miliband's projects, of what Miliband is doing to this country, covering it in windmills and solar panel farms and God knows what, destroying farms to replace it with panels, that do not provide enough power to fuel the country. It's ridiculous. So inefficient is the windmill system of harnessing power that I read today that windmills lose enough power to fuel all of London for 10 years, every single year. And don't forget, windmill farm owners or landowners have to be paying fortunes to shut down the windmills because they're not always needed. The trouble with windmills and indeed solar panels are, it isn't always windy, and it isn't, well, it's Britain, it's rarely sunny. It is just staggering to me that Keir Starmer is allowing this lunatic Miliband to do this to this country.
Yeah, and this is all about change for change's sake, isn't it? This is progress. We're innovative. We're moving forward. It's this ridiculous
world leader.
Yeah, this ridiculous adolescent revolutionary mindset of change. But the thing is, once you've torn down, this is me being an old small c philosophical conservative here. Once you've torn down everything you've built up over generations, you can't turn the clock back. You can't put the toothpaste back into the tube.
Yeah.
Once you're saddled with all of this stuff that doesn't work, that makes your people poorer, colder, less healthy. Once that's in place, you cannot go back. This is catastrophic. It's another thing that's just catastrophic.
And it's going to put our energy prices, you can't overstate this. Britain has the highest energy prices on the face of the planet, in the entire world. 5 times higher than America. And this is just going to make it even worse. We can't carry on like this. And of course, as we always say, this is just tokenism. We produce less than 1% of the world's carbon emissions, less than 1% of the world's pollution. So whatever we do, if we go back to horse and carts and living in mud huts, no electricity, no petrol, won't make any difference. China will continue to spew out 28% of the world's carbon emissions so it can use fossil fuels to build windmills and solar panels to sell us to us, and so the mad merry-go-round continues. It is insanity incarnate. Philip, great to talk to you. Got to move on. See you next week. Always a pleasure. Philip Kiszely there.